How and when will India respond to the Pahalgam attack? That is the question still lingering on everyone's minds. Diplomatic and economic options are being exercised already, but what happens militarily? Will New Delhi go for a surgical strike like we saw in 2016 in Uri, or an airstrike like we saw in 2019 in Balakot, or just an all-out war between India and Pakistan? A country of 140 crore watches on with bated breath. In New Delhi, the meetings continue, like has been the case for days now. The three services, that is Army, Navy and Air Force chiefs, have briefed the Prime Minister together and then separately. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has held a couple of meetings with Prime Minister Modi in the last 48 hours. Prime Minister has also met Defence Secretary of India Rajesh Kumar Singh. Pakistan, on its part, continues to rake up this issue internationally. The United Nations Security Council met last night and Pakistan had to face some tough questions in this closed-door meeting. At the line of control, at the border that is, Pakistan has now violated ceasefire for the 12th straight night. 12 straight nights. It has test-fired 2 missiles as well in the last 2 days. New Delhi is gearing up for a civil defense mock drill across the country in a few hours from now. Hello and welcome, I'm Shubham Chauhan. Let's get started. India will see a mock security drill on the 7th of May, which is a few hours from now. The Union Home Ministry issued an order in this regard on the 5th of May. It alerted all states and union territories to conduct these coordinated mock exercises. These drills will include 244 districts that have been categorized as civil defense district. These places have been identified on the basis of threat scenarios during wartime. The MHA said in its order that this will be done to check the effectiveness on ground and ensure the best response in case of any hostile scenario. Now mind you, this is a mock drill and not an actual exercise. So it's like a simulation of exercises during wartime. And here's what will happen tomorrow. Air raid sirens will be heard in urban and semi-urban areas. Power will be switched off in select days to practice blackout protocols. Evacuation drills will be practiced. Schools, college students, civil volunteers will be trained to prepare for hostile scenarios. Emergency communication systems of our armed forces will be tested in this time, and so will be the control rooms. Critical places like nuclear power plants, refineries, all would be camouflaged. Local authorities, including police, home guards, National Disaster Relief Force, or NDRF, all will be on ground to ensure this process takes place seamlessly. Prominent high-risk places include India's national capital, New Delhi, and financial capital, Mumbai. These are the places, among, of course, other parts of the country that will see these mock drills in a few hours from now. As per a 2005 list, several districts have been shortlisted in each state for these mock drills. But the latest order by the Home Ministry says that this exercise has to happen across the country. In fact, drills have begun in some places as we speak. News agency ANI put out visuals showing Jammu school students responding to an air raid warning by taking shelter under their desks and being instructed on other emergency measures. Cities like Lucknow are also seeing mock drills play out in different parts today. Authorities have urged citizens to not panic and cooperate. They say it is just a precautionary measure, and this is to ensure that we improve our collective response in case there is a war. But what makes this mock drill significant? It is the timing. This drill is happening for the first time since 1971. That was the year that India and Pakistan went to war, and this war led to the liberation or the creation of Bangladesh. Since then, there have been multiple instances of escalating tensions between the two countries. In 1999, of course, there was the Kargil War. In 2001 and 2002, there was India's Operation Parakram. This was following the 2001 attack on India's parliament by Pakistan-backed terrorists. Following this, both India and Pakistan had mobilized several troops at the line of control, leading to a tense standoff. In 2008, there was the 26/11 attack in Mumbai, again carried out by terrorists backed by Pakistan. In 2016, there was the attack in Pathankot, which India followed up with the surgical strike in Uri. In 2019, Pakistan was responsible for the Pulwama attack, and then India hit back with an airstrike in Balakot. Now, in none of these cases that I just listed, India had undertaken such a mock drill. It has never happened all this while. So it is happening, this mock drill is happening after 47 years. Of course, reiterating the rider here that a mock drill does not necessarily mean that there will be an India-Pakistan war. There is no guarantee. But yes, tensions are high and tensions are escalating by the day. And many speculate a harsh response from India is only a matter of time. Meanwhile, let's look at what happened at the United Nations. Secretary General Antonio Guterres called for maximum restraint amid escalating tensions between India and Pakistan. He said the United Nations is ready to support any initiative that promotes de-escalation between the two countries.
tensions between India and Pakistan are at their highest in years. I deeply respect and I am profoundly grateful to the government of people of both countries and their significant contributions to the work of the United Nations, not least UN peacekeeping. And so it pains me to see relations reaching a boiling point. I understand the raw feelings following the awful terror attack in Pahalgam on 22 April. I once again strongly condemn that attack and extend my condolences to the families of the victims. Targeting civilians is unacceptable, and those responsible must be brought to justice through credible lawful means. It is also essential, especially at this critical hour, to avoid a military confrontation that could easily spin out of control. Now is the time for maximum restraint and stepping back from the brink. That has been my message in my ongoing outreach with both countries. Make no mistake, a military solution is no solution. And I offer my good offices to both governments in the service of peace. The United Nations stands ready to support any initiative that promotes de-escalation, diplomacy, and the renewed commitment to peace.
Hours after this, a UNSC meeting took place. It was a closed-door meeting, and it was Pakistan which had called this meeting of the United Nations Security Council. And as it turned out, Pakistan had to face some tough questions from the international community and those present at the UNSC. Reports say UNSC members grilled Pakistan over terror group Lashkar-e-Toiba's involvement in the Pahalgam attack. Many members also raised concerns over Pakistan's recent missile test. Reportedly, UNSC also refused to accept Pakistan's false flag narrative on Pahalgam. Islamabad, in fact, was asked to sort out its issues bilaterally with India. Briefing the media after the UNSC meeting, Pakistani envoy Asim Iftikhar said his country has rejected all allegations of involvement in the Pahalgam terror attack. But Pakistan's actions all this while indicate otherwise. India, meanwhile, has made its intentions clear for days now and has reiterated repeatedly that there will be a befitting response. In what capacity will be very significant to watch, and we will be tracking that space for you in the days and weeks to follow. But that's all we have for this report. Thanks for watching.